Hello and welcome back here on PC3 Media. Today we are presenting our NFL pre-draft predictions. I'm Brody Kosira, joined by
Jonny Clumpy.
And today we have our picks. We made our own. We have some influence from some other sources.
Can't say I'm the best draft prospect person on the planet, but
you're not really qualified for that job yet. But so we have short amount of time here, and let's just get right into it. So our number 10 is going to be for the Giants. They have Caleb Downs. He's a safety from Ohio State. Johnny, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, the Giants, they're kind of in a good position all around with the two top 10 picks after trading Dexter Lawrence, but they're going to need some help on defense, and Caleb Downs is one of those kind of can't miss guys at the safety position, so he'll definitely get drafted in the top 10. They have 2 first-round picks, so it's going to be a question, or 2 top 10 picks. It's going to be a question of where they take him, because it's not 100% sure that he will fall to them at 10, but they have another one early, so the most important thing is trying to get him. It just depends on where they can get him.
Yeah, and obviously they got this pick from the Bengals. They're as you said, they traded Dexter Lawrence. What do you think was that move there? Like, why did they trade Dexter Lawrence? What were they trying to achieve?
Clear up money. I mean, they're not on a rushed timeline, so they have a little bit of time, but they do want to start winning. If they believe Jackson Dart's the future, they want to win on his rookie contract, because that's the easiest way and the best way to win Super Bowls. Obviously, we haven't really seen that because Hurts, Mahomes, and Darnold was making a lot of money this past year. But usually the best possible thing is that your quarterback's not making a lot of money. So having the flexibility to trade Lawrence, it gets out of their biggest contract, and then have your quarterback's on a rookie deal. So that saves you a lot of money. So trying to build the pieces everywhere else are huge when you have a rookie deal for the quarterback.
Yeah, and for them, obviously, they need a better defense, but they have the number 5 pick too. So they don't want the Saints to trade up and pick this guy too. That's a big possibility. Yeah. But let's move on to number 9, the Kansas City Chiefs, who have been in the playoffs so many times over the years. I think they were on what was the streak?
They had won the AFC West since 2016. Yeah.
Yeah. And my prediction was at the beginning of the season is that they wouldn't make the playoffs. So look how that turned out.
Yeah, you had the Raiders winning the AFC West. So
they had a lot of upside at the beginning of the year.
The Raiders?
Yeah.
The team that's picking number 1. Worst team in the NFL? Yeah.
Hey, Geno Smith.
Wow. Yeah, he's great.
But let's go to our number 9 pick, the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe they're going to pick Sonny Styles. Me and Johnny, we both had different opinions on this. He thinks a prospect who is going to go much higher. He thinks that we won't spoil that, but I pick Sonny Styles. He is a linebacker out of Ohio State. You're going to see a lot of Ohio State guys go in this draft. There's going to be a lot of Big Ten players being picked in this top 10. So what are your thoughts on this?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is an interesting pick for the Chiefs because there's a certain running back prospect who may or may not be picked, who we may or may not have predicted to go in the top 10 or earlier than this in the top 10, who, if he falls to 9, I think would be a surefire pick for the Chiefs, because throughout this dynasty, the one position that they haven't ever had an above average player at is the running back. They've had good role guys who fit into Andy Reid's system, but as the football landscape is changing because of the way defenses are being played, we changed out of the cover 3 era from Vic Fangio's style of defense to now we're more cover 2. So the run game is more needed to have successful first and second downs, and the Chiefs have been without a running back through the change in the way NFL offenses are ran. So if there's that certain running back falls to 9, I think they would pick him, but a little bit of spoiler, he will go before this. So, yeah, linebacker, Sonny Styles, this will shore up a really good linebacker room that the Chiefs already have with Bolton, Drew Tranquill, and Leo Chenal, but those guys are getting more expensive and getting older, so having Styles to replace them will be a good thing. And Styles also has the possibility to go earlier in this draft too.
Yeah, there's so many teams that
depending, a lot of the needs overlap in this top 10. So like, it's a hard draft to knock down each and every pick.
Yeah, like there's teams like Washington who really need a wide receiver, but also do need some linebackers too.
Yeah, like the Chiefs, like if somebody falls to them, like I think they take him automatically, but we're not for sure that he can fall all the way there. So
yeah, let's move on to our number 8 pick, the New Orleans Saints, who may or may not trade up. It's kind of uncertain, but they're most like if they do trade up, the most probable team is gonna be the Cardinals, who have 3 first-round picks in this draft
and have the ability to trade out of that number 3 pick.
Yeah, so they have a lot of value.
The Titans also can. They're not, which is weird because of like the situation that they're in, but they could trade out and still get the value they're looking for at 4. Because like they need an edge rusher, but they also need a linebacker. So if they wanted to trade out and take Sonny Styles here at 7, maybe, or because like the top 2 edge rushers are going to be off the board right away early in this one, so it'll be interesting to see exactly if the Saints do trade up or not.
So we never went over who the Saints are going to draft, but what I believe is another Ohio State player is going to be Cardinal Tate. He's a wide receiver. He had a great season. He was kind of undershadowed by so many great wide receivers and
Jeremiah Smith. So
yeah. and
he can't be picked yet, but expect him to be in the top of mock drafts next year.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see next year. But Cardinal Tate, for him, he's always been undershadowed. I feel like there's never been like a moment where he's been like the star. Like he's obviously going out there trying to prove himself, but there's a big opportunity for the Saints to really like give him like experience, like with veterans, like you have Chris Olave.
Mix him with Olave, and
he's also an Ohio State player.
Yeah, and then you have Tyler Shuck, who surpassed expectations last year. Do we know if he'll be able to continue that up? Maybe, maybe not, but still giving him an extra weapon always helps a young quarterback.
And he's like throughout the season, I've seen so many like guys say like he's like the cleanest like player. Like he's smooth, like everything. It's like he's all around as a player.
Floor, like his floor. He's at minimum. You're getting a good wide receiver with this pick.
So this is a good pick for the Saints if they don't trade up. But I mean, they don't really need to. But like at the same time, it's New Orleans. Nothing's going good for them. I mean, you saw last year that was pretty bad. So they need a fresh start. I think Cardinal Tate's going to be a good wide receiver for them. And move on to number 7. And that is the Commanders, and they're also going to take another wide receiver, or it could be Sonny Styles, but I have them taking Jordan Tyson from Arizona State.
Yeah, I agree with Tyson. With the wide receiver situation, like they have Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel, but Deebo's getting older, McLaurin's getting older, Terry McLaurin is also getting older, so they need a young guy, and the ceiling with Tyson is insane. He's freakishly athletic. He's got the tools to be one of those top 10 wide receivers. As Tate, it's more like you're getting a good solid wide receiver who has upside. Tyson is the unpolished but crazy upside wide receiver, and the Commanders can afford to take a pick like this because depending on how this year goes, if they can stay healthy, which was the problem last year, they have an opportunity to continue what they did in Jane Daniels' rookie year.
Yeah, and the only thing for the Commanders is he going to be on the board? That's their like only question, because he could obviously go 4 or 5. Like he's that high enough where he can go there. But I think if he definitely falls, it's a good pickup for them. Obviously, like you said, Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, they're on their way out. Like it's not 2019 anymore, 2020, where Deebo Samuel is just jet sweep and he's in for the touchdown. He's aging and he's slowing down. So a young wide receiver is obviously going to work for them. You want to move on to number 6? We can. That will be the Browns. They are going to take an offensive tackle. It'll be Spencer Fano.
Yeah, I mean, the boring pick of the draft. I mean, the Browns, the defense is great, so it's helping build an offense that can help match this defense. And whether Shador is the future or not, you're going to need a lineman for the future to keep whoever your quarterback is protected. So, Fano feels like the correct pick here.
We saw last year with Shador, he was always scrambling. Like Cam Ward, he was always scrambling. You could see that. So obviously he's going to need some protection. The defense looked really good for the Browns last year. they had so many games where it was like the Packers game. Like, how did they hold the Packers to like it was a healthy Packers team?
Mhm.
How did they hold them to 10 points?
This
Like,
defense and
yeah, like, and then the offense put up 13.
the offense got the one like they got a touchdown
Yeah,
because they
it was-
started on the 20.
I thought it was a defensive touchdown.
No, they blocked a field goal.
Yeah,
but they got an interception that put them up on like the 20.
So obviously this offense needs some work. He's shown signs of life, kind of, but like at the same time, there's so many, like it's so up and down. Like with him, it's like you never really know what you're gonna get. Like you're either gonna get like dripped out shitter, or you're just gonna get like on the bench.
Yeah,
just, like the guy or the player he was when he was coming off the bench. So I think this is a good pick for them. I think if there's definitely other options, I feel like they're gonna capitalize on that. Offensive linemen are really the highlights of the draft. So other than Will Campbell, but we saw how that worked out in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But that was our 10 through 6. As we are wrapping that up, we were gonna go into a little trivia game to break these things up so it's not just a long, boring speech about just us saying what our
really
picks
about
are.
prospects that everyone's been mock drafting since January. So
yeah, there's millions of mock drafts out there, but our opinions matter the most because we are the most knowledgeable.
Yeah, definitely,
here.
for sure, 100%.
So I have the last 10 draft number 1 overall picks, and Jonny is going to try to get them all right. We're going to start with 2025, going all the way.
Do I have to go 25 to 16? Am I allowed to like jump around?
We're going to go to 15.
Okay. Am I allowed to jump around?
Yeah, but I think it's going to be harder. So I'll just,
like, because I wanted to start far away because like I know that.
Yeah, you can obviously start from. I think you're going to get the.
Actually, no. It's probably better to start recent.
The lower one, like the more like.
The farther back.
Yeah, they're easy. They're not hard, but I feel like you're just going to.
Well, it's hard because like
the year, yeah.
It's not a lot of them were actually the best players in the class. Like even
I would say some of them are.
Some, but like even like there's a Hall of Famer in there, and he's not the best player from his class. So, like that's what we're like a first ballot Hall of Famer is on this list earlier in the 2010 or from the 2010s. But all right, so 2025. Oh wow, oh Lord. Cam Ward, sorry. Yeah. 2024, Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Okay, this was the one I was struggling with because I like seriously am blanking on 2023. I know 2022.
It's like 2023. It's like you wouldn't think he is this like young. Like you wouldn't think he got drafted this like
long ago.
Yeah,
like he seems younger.
He seems to have like so much experience in the league, but he doesn't. He's only like what 3-4 seasons in. But you could say other.
I don't feel like this is. I don't know if it's a quarterback, and that's my problem. Is I don't know if it's a quarterback, which could be bad. But I know. Okay, I know 2022 is Trayvon Walker.
2022. Yep.
21 is Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
20 is Joe Burrow.
Yep.
19 is Kyler Murray.
Yep.
18 is Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
17 is Miles Garrett.
Yep.
16 is Jared Goff.
Yep.
And
15 years.
2015's.
You're struggling.
It's one of two guys, but I don't remember which one went first.
You would never see him as a number 1 overall pick.
Is it Winston?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the way he played in college.
It was Winston or Mariota. I just knew it was one of those two, but I couldn't. Okay, so it's just 23, which is really bad because this isn't that long ago. Well, we missed like the non-quarterback era for the most part, except for Myles Garrett and Walker. But
I think it's been like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's been 8. 8 of 10 of them have been quarterbacks.
That helps me.
It does help.
That means this one's a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I just like don't know why this is such a struggle for me.
I feel like you're gonna be really mad.
I'm gonna be really mad because it's like it should be somebody obvious.
He's gotten a lot of hate over the years, but like especially last season. I have one word.
No. So, Bryce Young, yeah.
Like especially last season.
Yeah.
He was like so bad, but like then you see last season, he's like, wow, like he turned it around. But I think that's also.
I should know that one too because the Bears had that.
Yeah, there's
pick.
DJ Moore.
The Bears had that pick. Well, okay. I think I know that.
I honestly didn't expect you to get him that fast. I think I should give you.
Also, Myles Garrett was the one I was referencing. Like he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's not the best player in his class.
Who would you say is best player?
Mahomes.
I think Miles Garrett's really good.
I told you first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I'm saying like when you're thinking like of the draft classes, it's not always the best player, but it also makes it easier when it's quarterbacks.
All right. Do you
Here,
want to?
I mean, because that was quick. Do you know who the oldest player that was a first round pick that's still in the league?
I know who it is.
Who's still in the league?
I know who it is. First overall pick.
Yeah,
I know.
It's
who it is.
Roger. Oh,
No,
whoa,
it's
whoa,
not.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Can I guess?
sure.
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford. In 08.
That's my MVP.
Oh,
In
nine.
08, 09.
That's my MVP right there.
I know.
That's my MVP.
Like Eric Fisher's in there.
He's like
he's 2013. I don't know who 2014 is, which is weird.
Clowney.
Yeah, that's right. And I know like 2006 is Mario Williams. We were talking about that
2012
before the
was
show.
Luck and Newton. after
Luck.
that.
Okay.
But I think we have to get back to the draft. That's what our show's about. But I mean, we are technically talking about it. But I mean,
Just some fun.
just some fun. Just
yeah.
like
You just didn't expect me to get it that fast.
I didn't expect you to just like start.
You
listing them
expected me
off.
to
You're
struggle.
like, bang, bang,
so.
bang, bang, bang.
Well, because like it's the quarterback, so it's easy. Like if you would have like
Well-
we were talking before the show about doing like 2016 to 2006, but then I think
Oh, you wouldn't have gotten.
then I
like-
think I would have been there for a lot longer.
There's guys like Mario Williams.
I knew who he was though. I said
Daniel
him
Wright.
when I got him.
Jer-
Isn't one of
Jeremy
them?
German? Jake Long. You were like saying Eric Long or something.
No, I said Jake Long.
You said Eric Long. You're like Eric Long.
No,
And
I said
then-
Eric Fisher's 13.
There's probably the biggest bust of all time.
Jamarcus Russell in 2007.
But let's move on. Let's go to number 5. This is the juicy part. Some of you probably already know these names. Have heard them throughout all season long. These guys have been shown up. Number 5. He's kind of fallen, I think. I feel like at the beginning of the season, you would see this guy as like a number 2.
No,
I know there's so many mock drafts that had 2 and
by
3.
profile, yes.
Like
but,
Arvell Reese was not up there.
oh, you're saying like okay, yeah,
Like
yeah.
at the beginning, so like he was expected to be like a 2 or 3 when he dropped, but the Giants who have two picks in the top 10,
picks in the top 10.
so that's gonna be really good for their future, especially with Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo, all of them.
Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors, if
when
he
he
ever
comes
wants
back.
to stay healthy.
Okay, it's not his fault. Okay, an ACL tear at MetLife Stadium is not the player's fault.
All right.
Everybody gets hurt
Malik
at
Neighbors,
MetLife
I have in
Stadium.
fantasy. I drafted him, I think, number 6 overall. Saw how that goes. But the Giants have had an unlucky amount
They
of
should have
years.
picked Jenny in the first round.
Last time they picked a running back, they picked Saquon Barkley. This time they're going to go with Jeremiah Love.
And
Let's
he-
hope they don't break this generational talent.
Yeah, he's an interesting pick because, like, running backs are being more important, but a lot of it's scheme.
Yeah, a
So,
lot of
like-
it's like you need someone to back you up. Like
Yeah,
you
it's
need
so
a
it's like
running back.
like
two-man
two-man backfields, but like I mean, like Kenneth Walker, what him and Charbonnet did, and you wouldn't call
Another
like
guy.
I wouldn't even say either of them are top 10 running backs. Walker's
I
like
would say Walker is
after the
definitely-
Super Bowl,
yeah.
maybe, but like before the Super Bowl, you weren't saying that, you
No,
know.
obviously there's so many other like
And
there's
like
Gibbs, like the Gibbs and Montgomery backfield.
yeah,
were
like
so
the Bears
sick.
were the number one rushing offense in football last year with DeAndre Swift, who's a bad running back, and
I don't think he's a bad. I think
he's
they're-
not okay.
at
He's not bad,
times.
but he's very mid. There, he himself has a lot of problems that they managed to fix after the bye week. But like every Bears fan hated him weeks
Yeah.
1 through 4 because he just wasn't good for the Bears in that like first part of the season. And he just has a lot of like running back problems. But when you can scheme a run game like Ben Johnson can and get the guys that fit it, the Love and Scatterbeer should be good. We talked about how like the Chiefs could use Love, so I don't think the Chiefs will trade up because they're not really in a position where they can afford to trade up 4 spots in the top 10. But he could also like if he falls, because it's not necessarily like the Giants might not take him at 5 and hope he falls to 10 because running back is like we kind of talk about it. It kind of got overblown how running backs don't matter anymore. They
Mhm.
do.
Yeah.
Like Kenneth Walker showed that, but once again, a lot of it's more scheme over talent. Like
Yeah.
obviously Bijan's great. Obviously Gibbs is great.
and now the Lions don't have that.
Yeah.
duo
And like
anymore.
McCaffrey's great, but McCaffrey's like a gadget, not like your traditional running back, and he also plays in the Shanahan offense. So I don't know. The running back's an interesting position to see how
I think
they
Chiefs
drafted.
definitely have a lot of picks. They can definitely try and maneuver their way. I don't think they have like the value for
the problem is that with their like contract situation, they have to use draft picks these next couple years. Like especially these next 2 years are important depending on how much time and Mahomes misses. That if they can, because this team drafts well, like when they aren't like their drafts before like 24 and 25 are all very good.
Yeah.
Like they got a lot of great picks in those couple drafts, and they kind of started losing picks because they're competing. So if they get back to like 2 traditional drafts where they draft these starters, like they found Trent McDuffie, who's not on the team anymore, but like
my team.
But McDuffie was so good for them.
Yeah,
so if they can
got a
build
lot of
there,
value for them too,
because they're so tight on contracts as Mahomes, Kelsey, Jones.
Kenneth
So
Walker.
yeah, building through draft is going to be important.
Yeah, they obviously don't need Love. I mean, at Kenneth Walker, they have. I mean, he's a beast of his own. They have good wide receivers if they want to stay healthy and out of trouble. They have what's it called? They have Travis Kelce, who's coming back, even though a lot of people thought he was retiring. The offense, when Mahomes comes back, we don't know. I don't know. I think he said he wants to come back before the season starts. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Before the season starts, it's gonna be hard.
It's like he's trying to pull a Jason Tatum.
But for football, you kind of like not a sport that you want to come off an Achilles tear midseason. So
it's up to the offense how it's gonna go through the first 3 weeks. You might have Justin Fields running 5 touchdowns in the first few games.
Nope. First few games, yeah.
First few games. You might have him just doing that, and everyone gets mad at him. And then they want Mahomes back. You never know how this offense is going to run. But we have to move on to our number 4th overall pick. We have Ruben Bain Jr. I had him going much later. I had him actually going to the Chiefs, number 9. I have him dropping pretty far. But Johnny, you have him at 4. Explain why you have him so high.
The Titans are in a weird spot because they're a trade out spot for sure. Like, which is weird to say because they had the number 1 pick last year. They weren't good again, so you'd think like, but it's kind of a hard spot because they edge or linebacker. They could also take Sonny Styles here, but Styles might drop. So like, if they wanted to trade down with like the Commanders or the Chiefs, perhaps if the Chiefs wanted to move up for whatever reason.
Obviously, if they're going to trade with the Commanders, obviously the Commanders are going to get Jeremiah Love.
Yeah,
but they don't really. Like they already have Bill. So.
Yeah. No, Bain. He was really good for Miami last year. He was an APL American, the ACC Defensive Player of the Year, first team All ACC. Just good frame. Like he's got all you need in edge rusher, and I think it's a hard spot for the Titans because they have so many needs.
Yeah,
and like there's 2 edge rushers going before him.
Yeah.
Here, so like you have the best 2 edge rushers already off the board before this, so it kind of puts them in a bind. They could also just stick with Styles in this spot, or trade out. So the Titans have options, which is kind of a good thing. I would not be surprised if they trade out because I talked about how like it's weird to think that a team is going to trade out when they've had this high of a pick back-to-back years.
Yeah.
And like aren't really like, they're on a roster spot to like compete. Like when the Bears traded out of number 1, it was because they thought they could like win more than like they won 7 games the next year after doing that. But here the Titans, I think just getting more picks would be huge to draft starters across the board depending on what they can get. But
yeah,
I think Bain's a good pick as an edge rusher. They have him or Styles. It was between those 2, so. But I went with Bain.
Yeah, they obviously need a lot. There's their wide receiver core. They're old. We saw it last year. The frustration between the quarter, like Cam Ward and the wide receivers, all the drop passes we've seen. Calvin Ridley, a guy who's a veteran, you wouldn't really expect to be like dropping so many passes throughout the season, like so many like clutch moments. Like he just didn't pull through. So they obviously need room in there. They need room in the running back. The running back is Tony Pollard. That's you never want Tony Pollard to be your number 1. I feel like that's just
So Love is also is an option here too. But I like once again what I talked about the running back value. Like when this team is this young and they're not like a running back away from competing, using a top 4 pick on a running back is kind of a hard thing to do.
Yeah. So who knows what they're gonna do? It's really up to anyone in that draft room what they really want to do. It's just what's gonna make us better in the next 3 years, or what gives us a better chance in 3 years and not next year?
Yeah. And I think, not that Jeremiah Love will be bad, but it's just the more important, like, obviously, we're in now such a defensive era of football. We've kind of, like, we're back to, like, lower scoring comparative to
2018.
3 or 4 years. Yeah, like 5 or
when
6 years
the
ago.
Rams and Chiefs
Yeah.
just went up for 110 points. So
Yeah.
let's move on. We're running out of time here. We have about 10 more minutes. But these two picks, these can be flip-flopped. I mean, these two guys were beasts all season long. One of them coming from the Big Ten, one of them coming from the
Big 12.
Big 12, yeah. And number 3, you have David Bailey going third. I think that's the correct pick. He's from.
We agreed on these. The top 3 we
Yeah,
worked
these
together
are.
on. So
I think number 1's obviously arguably gonna be Jeremiah Love. We already know number 1 is, so we'll get to that later. Yeah, you have David Bailey. I think that's a good pick. Obviously, these guys are easy. It's a flip flop. I mean, who knows what these teams are going to pick? They both need these guys, but
Cardinals could trade out though. This is a big
only like
at 3. There's teams that need edge rushers, so watch out for a trade out here. It's incredibly possible that they trade out of this spot. But
I think Arvell Reese is more pro ready. I think he's able to be like plopped right in. He's able just to go. I think David Bailey's going to take some time.
But the Cardinals can't afford that.
Yeah,
so.
Cardinals obviously they're not in win now mode. Obviously, cutting Kyler Murray, splitting ties with him is probably the best move the franchise has made since drafting Larry Fitzgerald. But it's been a long couple of years for them. Obviously, they had that playoff appearance in 21.
Yeah,
where they got
2020.
They were actually a really good team there with D Hop and all that, and then they got blown out by the Rams. Again, notable wins.
No, we don't care. You don't have to keep that.
But they're obviously not in win now mode. Just like how the Titans are not in win now mode. They're looking for who's going to be better in 3 years, basically. Yeah. So that's David Bailey. He has a lot of upside. But number 2, we're moving on. It's going to be the Jets with the number 2 overall pick. They're sorry, the graphic is spelled wrong.
Oh.
Arvell Reese, but Arvell Reese, he comes out of Ohio State, another Ohio State player. He has been, you didn't watch college that much because obviously the Bears have been good this year.
Yeah, no, I paid attention a little bit, but like last year I'd watched more college football because of like just depending on like what's going on. The seasons change and yeah, this was Arvell Reese. You talked about like pro ready. You talked about him last pick, just pro ready from day one. So that'll be huge for a Jets team that this defense doesn't really have guys that they can just like develop. This is a defense that wants to go from week 1 because of the talent on it.
Yeah.
So
these guys, this defense, I mean, the Cardinals obviously need this. They need this guy. I think they want Arvell Reese more. So they want to get away with this. So the Jets are obviously, I don't know. The Jets are really bad at doing anything pretty much.
Yeah. Like out of all these guys in the top 10, NFL Network has him as the highest prospect grade. So like out of that we've listed so far. So like 4.46, 40-yard dash. He was a first team All-American, the Big Ten Conference linebacker of the year, and first team All Big Ten. So
yeah, like these two guys are so hard to put like 2 and 3 because you have the Cardinals who, I'm reading this now, they were 29th in the NFL in allowed points per game. They gave up 28.7 points per game last season, which is terrible. 29th in the league. They need defense. They need a quarterback. They need pretty much everything. I mean, it's gonna be rough for them, but if they can get either of these two guys, which I think they will, I don't think the Cardinals should trade out of number 3, but
they're in a spot where they can afford to.
Like
so not every team should trade out, but like there's a lot of value in trading out when you can get, like if you get a future first, like the Falcons did last year. Not saying that it was wrong of the Rams to trade a first round pick in that situation. Because like obviously I feel like these trades usually sometimes work well for both teams. Like the team that gets 2 first round picks drafts well, and then the team that's going to win now trading a first round pick works out for them too. So it's not like that situation. So, but you can get so much value and expand your draft value when you trade back. So I think that's why it's an option for Cardinals.
Yeah, and the Jets, as you said, teams with 2 draft picks or 3 draft picks obviously are going to draft better. The Jets have the 16th pick, and they're looking to get Sutton back. They have I think they're gonna work on that wide receiver core. I think
Later, yeah.
yeah, that's a big part of it. You still have Brees Hall, who I don't know if he's gonna want to really stay with the team,
Mhm.
especially after the Sauce Gardner trade.
Yeah.
They got the first round picks, right? That's what they got it from.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it from the Colts.
Uh,
I don't know if that was definitely a first round pick. They gave up a first round.
oh, the Colts missed the playoffs, so yeah, they'd be picking around 16. I was just
Yeah.
trying to think of.
So obviously you have a Donnie Mitchell from the Colts, so it's like as an offense you really need to like kind of like step it up because like there's so much talent in this offense. I mean, Geno Smith's your starter, so maybe you just have to go for a quarterback at 16, maybe get Ty Simpson, who knows? But yeah, I mean, yeah, there's so much.
Yeah,
You have so many opportunities.
This is where it's like they can't really go wrong. Like you can go wrong, but they have a lot of options as their positional needs. So, but Arvell Reese is a good way to start it off, getting an edge rusher like this.
And let's move on to our number one pick. As you all know, this is
Ty Simpson. You said it. He's
Ty
not
Simpson. Yeah,
He's not falling to
Jets are
16.
going to trade up to number one for Ty Simpson.
Mhm.
That's you heard it here first. Yeah, no, Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah,
we don't even need
Heisman for a reason. The floor is unreal. Like that, he's automatically gonna be a very solid, like a solid quarterback. Obviously, it's the hardest position in maybe all of sport, one of the hardest positions in all sports, but you know why he's great. You watched in the national championship game, putting his body on the line, making throws that other quarterbacks can't throw. So I think it will be interesting to see if they do start Kirk Cousins, because I'm a like proprietor of that. I kind of think it's good in most cases, because like it's just that the Raiders are in a dire need of a quarterback. Like Mendoza isn't a generational prospect by any means. Like coming into the year, and even now, nobody's saying this is a Caleb Williams, this is a Trevor Lawrence, an Andrew Luck, or something like that. So it's more on the big decision here is if the Raiders decide to start him day one or not.
Yeah, and obviously they're gonna get him, but what they really need to work on, I feel like they have the running back. They got Genty last year, number 6. They have a tight end who's gonna be
They have two.
Yeah. They have Trey Tucker. There's I mean, the wide receiver core I think is the main thing to work on. There's like
that and the O line.
Yeah,
the O line, because we talked about like
Mhm.
Genty's good, and the biggest problem is the O line, but there isn't a generational lineman that you're going to take at one right here. So
I mean, they could trade up. They could, I don't know, get rid of picks. They could, I don't know. They could do anything if they wanna. They want to go get the O line. They want to pull off something magical. That would happen in draft day. Seen that movie. Pull off something magical. They could get more, but their future is with Fernando Mendoza, I think. So, yeah, that should pretty much do it. We all knew number one was going to be him.
It was very suspenseful going from 10 to 1, as you guys all knew.
I don't know if you guys are sweating it out here thinking that we weren't going to say.
Are they going to take Mendoza 1?
Ty Simpson. We had him at 11.
No.
He was at 11. Just cut him out of there, top 10. But that was our top 10. We had a lot to talk about, a lot of great players. It's a good draft class. It's a stacked draft class. A lot of defense. So
yeah,
it's going to be fun to see how these turn out
tonight. The big question is who's going to trade up and trade down. I'm
That's
a Bears fan, so we might trade out of our like the 25th pick. So that'll be what I'll be watching for tonight, depending on if we just go defense at 25 or if we trade out of it.
Yep, and yeah, that'll pretty much do it. Those are our predictions. We drafts tonight. I will not be watching. Better things to watch, like the NBA playoffs.
You'll be watching tonight.
I will be tuning in for that. Yeah, so we will be back tomorrow at the same time to give you the picks if you didn't watch the draft recap. So I've been Brody Kosier.
Jonny Clumpy.